Welcome to the show, everyone. I'm Sherri Horner, your host at healthfitnessbroadcast.com. Today, our guest joins us from Florida, Laticia Jackson. Laticia, welcome back to the show.
Good morning, Sherri. How are you?
It's great to have you back. I want to say thank you right away for everything you've contributed to Health Fitness Broadcast, all of your knowledge, articles that you've written, and interviews that you've done. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. It's
Today,
my pleasure.
I just want to let everyone know that you are IFBB Pro Fitness Competitor, and she is also has so much information and knowledge. I just want to share this with you. A Master's Degree in Public Health, Bachelors in Exercise Science, Associates in Human Performance. She's a certified personal trainer, weight management specialist, and she was 2008 Fitness Olympian. Also, she's been featured in multiple magazines: Oxygen, Muscle Fitness, Hers, Flex, Ironman magazine, and the list goes on. She has participated in radio and TV interviews multiple times. So we are going to talk about Laticia's book, I'm Not a Size Zero, and she's going to give a lot of health and fitness tips for you today. So, oh my gosh, this is so exciting. So I want to start kind of from the very beginning. What inspired you to do this book? And you've been training clients for how long? How long have you been in the fitness industry?
I actually started training clients in 2005, so it's been over 9 years. But I think for me, the book was birthed out of, well, actually, it was birthed out of a personal situation. I'm a survivor of domestic violence, and often when I would work with women, they tell me if I lost 5 pounds, I'd be happy, or if I look this way. Women often use their body and their image as a measuring stick of self-esteem. And at 27 years old, I found myself in a domestic violence situation. And regardless of the fact that I was very fit, was ranked as one of the top athletes in the world, have been presented in over 12, 13 national and international fitness magazines, as a woman, I still had a lot of insecurities. So it was important for me to write this book to show women that having the perceived perfect body or reaching a certain size is not what really makes you fit and feel good about yourself. Being fit starts from within. So that was the main reason of wanting to write the book.
I do want to mention your history in the military, and I can imagine that you were disciplined before you entered the military, but when you were there and you came out, that helped contribute to what you've achieved in your fitness career and in your career as a trainer and a writer.
I will have to say, before I went into the military, I definitely was very organized and very focused. I was very blessed to be raised in a home where there was structure and there was expectations of us as individuals. But yes, going into the military definitely took that to a different level. While I was there, I was trying to balance my time as a soldier and also as at the time, a national level competitor. So when you have so many responsibilities and you are in the military, there is a greater expectation from you. So yes, being in the military definitely provided me with a lot of skill sets.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of being so busy with your career, this speaks to women all over. No matter what your career is or what is taking up the majority of your time, you can always find the time to be consistent with some kind of regular routine.
Absolutely. I think if we look at our culture as a whole, Sherri, that is one of the greatest challenges and barriers that I hear, is that I don't have time. And when you speak to women, we're moms, we're wives, we're business owners, we wear many hats. And sometimes we are the last one to take care of ourselves. And I have a rule that if I take care of myself, I'm better to take care of everyone else. So yes, even though we are busy, our health has to be a priority. And I don't believe in making time. I believe in taking time.
I like that. Don't make it, take it.
That's
Um,
right.
I want to now. I've done a book review on your book that I've shared with everyone, but I do want to talk about the book a lot because it's your newest book, and one of the little things that I love about the book, I loved every minute of it, but the little fit jewels that you have, and those little messages, or they're jewels. They're like little gems that kind of stick in your head, things that you can remember along your way and not give up. So I love that. Your little
Thank
book.
you. You know, when I wrote the book, I literally imagined a woman reading it. Now, my goal is to have this book across the US and in foreign countries. It has been in Africa thus far, but
Nice.
you are a jewel and every woman is a jewel. And the premise behind the book is for when that woman shuts the page, I want her to walk away and stand a little taller. I want her to say, you know what? I don't have to be this size in order to feel good about me. So the fit jewels are just what you stated. There's something to leave in the mind when the woman turns the page and she goes out into a world where every day we're bombarded with subliminal messages of bodily perfection, which is all an illusion. So the jewels did exactly what I created them to do. That's awesome.
And I do hear your voice, and I think that's the success of a great book. And you said you wrote it as if you were speaking to a woman instead of as if you were writing a book. And your voice is heard in this. And in most of the books that I do a review on, same thing. I will hear the author. I will hear her voice, and it does. It's 100% pure Laticia and great information. So can we talk about the
Yay!
media? And you mentioned the media. Yeah, we all know it's like you can't aspire to be on the cover or look like the person on the cover of Fitness Magazine or even Glamour Magazine or any magazine. But what, speaking especially not just women, but younger women, how that affects them. Do you have any more tips or information that you can kind of drive it home to them? Like, don't don't let that be your don't let that lower your self-esteem. Don't think that that's where you need to be.
Absolutely. You know, one of the things that I have learned throughout training women for the last 9 years, especially moms. And so, if you're a mom and you're listening to this recording, the way that you feel about your body and the things that you say about your body affects your daughter. So, when she hears her mother say things such as, I'm fat, or I need to lose weight, or I'm going on a diet, she sees those things. Now, if you do have a healthy body image as a woman, if you have a young girl who is struggling with that, one of the very important things to do is to never tell her that she needs to lose weight. I met with a mom and daughter the other day, and when the mother and I met separately, she was telling me her daughter was overweight. And I told her, I said, one of the most important things for you as a mother is to never mention weight to your daughter. You may say things to her such as, why don't we get healthy as a family? Or why don't we start making healthier choices? So for young girls, you have to be very careful of how you speak to them about their bodies. They are, once again, as we are as women, bombarded with images of what perfection looks like. You know, they have thin models on even 17 magazine and other magazines. And as a young girl's going through changes in her body physically, her body's not created to be that thin. So once again, being very careful of the wording that you use with these young ladies is essential, but also setting an example, you know, giving your daughter healthy options for lunch and letting her see you eat healthy. You are the first image of health that she should see.
Good tip. I like that. In your book, not only does Letitia have great information, but you have great pictures of you demonstrating the exercises that you explain and instruct. And again, all your pictures are so great. I'm being, I guess,
Thank you. Thank
being
you.
not only the trainer that you are, but training yourself to be the optimum fitness that you are. Yeah, those are really great. And I've never seen such perfect demonstration in a photo. I'm serious. Everyone is like, wow, that is the perfect execution of every exercise. So I'm not just saying that to toot your horn, Letitia. It's true. It's true. Everyone is just like so perfect. So perfect.
Thank you. You know, I have to be honest with you, Sherri. I often joke and say that I'm a recovering perfectionist, but I very often in my mindset, I tell myself, if I'm going to do something, I want it to be done at 100%. So I've been in this field for a very long time, and the exercises in that book is a reflection of myself. So I made sure I got the best photographer. His name is Jaime Rivera from Jar Studio, and he did an awesome job. So thank you. I'm glad you like the images. That book is also available in color, and Sherri, the color is amazing.
Yeah. Oh, I bet so. I bet so. Now you talk about nutrition in here, and you do have a few simple recipes, which is good because when people, or it can be overwhelming. It's like, oh, where do I start? I have no idea. And just a couple of the basic recipes that you have in here to get started, which is good. So, yeah.
Yes, I think sometimes people make healthy complicated. And if I were to
Okay.
give you a recipe that took 40 minutes to prepare, nobody's going to do that. So once again, when I wrote that book, I was writing that book to the real women who have children, who have responsibilities, who do have a desire to get fit, but don't want to spend 10 hours a week in the kitchen.
Right, right. You did great. And also the space where you have to write down your meal planning, that's really great. So, and this is good because someone can make a copy, a photocopy of this, and just continue on making their own little journal or using a separate, notebook separate. Um,
Absolutely.
so anyway, I love that. And I want to talk about the the length of time. And it, have put 100% into this. Like you said, if you're going to do something, you're going to do it 100% and make it the best it can be. How long did it take you to write a book? Because I know there's people out there that can throw out a book in 3 months, and I know I've talked to several authors that have taken 3 years to write their book. So you must have dedicated a lot of time and energy to this.
Yes, I did, Sherri. I actually began that book, I want to say March 2007. And the book was not finalized and released until May 2014. So that was in between going to graduate school, finishing my master's degree, working 60 hours a week, competing as an IFBB Fitness Pro. So it was one of those things where I started it, and for about 2 years, the book was put on the shelf due to personal issues. But one of the things that I have always told myself, if I start something, I will finish it. So this book is symbolic of so many more things than just a book. It showed me, as I hope it shows other people, that even though you may go through life situations such as myself going through a very traumatic divorce, you have to make up in your mind that you are going to finish whatever you start. And that book was a lot of tears, a lot of money, and a lot of healing for me as a woman.
Mhm. Yeah, finishing something that you start, that would be a good message for all women that have a goal to finish what you start. If you set a
I will
goal
tell
to,
you this, Sherri, when the book came to me, the author's proof, it came to me the same week that I received my master's degree in the mail. And I literally stood in the parking lot as the UPS guy handed me the book. And as I unveiled it, I cried, probably for about 5 minutes. Now, no one else will understand the tears, but the tears were, they were cleansing, and it was also an exciting time for me. And I believe there's a lot of women out there now going into the new year are setting goals. And I would say be very time specific with your goals, because if you set goals, not just your fitness goals, but your personal goals, give them a timeline, and every day work on a portion of what you need in order to move you forward. Having a sense of accomplishment is something that nobody could give you but you, and it's an amazing accomplishment.
Mhm. I think it's sweet that you cried those tears of joy after this labor of love. And I'm glad that you completed it after completing so many other things in your life that you pulled it back off the shelf and completed it so it can be available to help so many women. There's so many things that you learn in this book, and I mentioned those in the book review. But I do want to ask you about the Fit Girl gym etiquette. And that's something that a lot of people don't think about. They don't. That's a lot of people don't think about that.
You know,
And
Sherri, I laugh when you say that, because I have been in the gym for many years now. And there are some things that just are unspoken rules. And so as I was doing an outline for the book, I thought to myself, what are the things that are serious things, but then what are the things that we all can chuckle at? If you've ever been to the gym, and I'm sure as you read through the Fit Girls Gym Etiquette, you probably agreed to most of the tips there. Things such as not coming to the gym with tons of perfume on. We don't really think about those things, but there's times I've been on a treadmill and my breathing has been affected because somebody's wearing so much perfume, or somebody on a cell phone while you're trying to work out, and people leaving their mats on the ground full of sweat. I mean, it's a gym, it's full of germs, and it's like, let's be considerate of other people.
And don't leave your water bottle on the floor when you're finished for someone else to throw it away. Or
Yes, and
don't walk
I'll
away
be
from it.
honest with you, some of those things that you just say, who does this?
Right.
Like who leaves 10 plates on the leg press machine? And yes, we are strong and we can lift it off, but I don't want to clean up after you.
Right, right. And there are some people who can't move it and then they avoid that exercise and move on to the next one. So
That I
especially
like
women
that
that are
point as
starting.
well.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And so I do want to share a quick story with you, Letitia, about etiquette and not leaving your water bottle sitting around. I was training at one time and I went to, take a drink of my water, put it down, finished another set, and then I look over and realize my water bottle was over there. And I drank from that one, and I don't know, and no one else was around. I was the only one in the weight room at the time, and I don't know who left it there, how long it had been there, who drank from it, but I drank from it also. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So after that, I said, okay, carry my own personal water bottle, refillable bottle, and to, yeah, not ever do that again. So,
Yeah. Hey,
again,
I've got
don't leave
even
your
better
water
one for
bottle
you,
laying
Sherri.
around.
What about carrying a gallon and putting your
Right.
initials on it? That
Yeah,
kind of
I
takes
do. I have
away.
my, yeah, I have my half-gallon jug, and that's what I hang on to. But
Okay,
so,
yeah.
any last tips you can give us on either fitness, nutrition, or both that a woman watching this today can take away?
The first thing that I want to say is do not use the scale as a measuring stick of your program success. And that is the reason why the book is entitled Not a Size Zero. As well as women, we are very focused on numbers. I weigh 152 pounds, and when I ask people how much do they think I weigh, I normally get 130, 135. And I use me as an example to say that the numbers on the scales are not a great indicator of how fit you really are. So the first thing I want to say is don't use the scale as a measuring stick. If you are going to weigh yourself once a week and weigh yourself on a Monday morning, early in the morning before you've had anything to eat or drink, because that's your true weight. As far as nutrition, don't complicate calories. Don't count every single calorie you put in your mouth, but be very aware of what you're putting in your body. Think about food as fuel. So when you're going to make a decision about a food item, ask yourself, am I going to feel great after I eat this? If the answer is no, then reconsider another food choice. And keep moving. When people ask me what is the best exercise, I tell them movement. And they kind of look at me like, well, what do you mean? It doesn't matter. It could be biking, it could be swimming, it could be running. Make it fun and just move.
Yeah, good tips. Thank you so much. And again, I want to say thanks again for all the articles and all the information that you've contributed, and it's great to have you back. And I want to encourage everyone to check out your book. I'm Not a Size Zero, and I will have a link below where you can find this book or where you
And
can get.
also, if anyone's interested in health coaching, Sherri, I would like for us to put my email and phone number. Give me a
Right.
call. The new year is right around the corner, and you do not have to wait till January 1st to start getting fit. Today is the day of health.
Right, and that's what I was about to say. Yes, her information will be there too in case you want to get in touch with her if you have any questions about anything health, fitness, or wellness. So that's it. Thank you so much for coming back, and I look forward to our next discussion on health, fitness, and wellness. Thank
Thanks
you.
a lot, Sherri. Have a healthy day.
Thanks.
Bye.